Okay, like way farther outside of the box. You can't even see the box yet. There's a whole nother other like 10,000 universes that you can peek into that are not Babylon. There's a whole bunch. So I like to hold it. That helps. What? Okay. For example, all the foul of the air that unfortunately doesn't have anything to do with whether or not people's arms jiggle when they wave. Princess wave. Okay. And your arm doesn't jiggle. No arm jiggling. Oh my. Okay. Wait. What else? It's not just the chickens. Okay, right. Okay, right. So the fowl of the air. I've drawn this analogy before. People like to do stuff. People like to do stuff in groups. People like to do stuff. And you know what makes it like still pleasant to do arduous tasks, the mundane grunt work of life or whatever, is, you know, like many hands make light work, and people can socialize and right. And so then you come in and that's, you don't see that as a team formation. You be all like,
no talking on company time. I don't pay you to socialize.
and then you come in like way after that. You start like ridiculous competitions between people over stupid ass shit. Like, who can, I don't know, stupid shit. Like, who can label the most boxes? Yay! Like, what am I, fucking 5? I'm putting stickers on boxes. This is not like, I'm not doing this to get like applause, buddy. I'm just here for the cash. Okay, right? So there are a good, healthy lot of people in the world, sort of like Stephen King and like Gene Splicers. Or, you know, like journalism is a thing. Like everybody who does journalism hasn't been like officially like called. They don't feel like a compulsion. But a good, healthy lot of the time, people will do it by compulsion, meaning like they don't really know why they do it. They know it's not a good idea, but they'll do it anyway at the risk of personal detriment or even death to get the news out, because they're like, nah, people need to know. And they would like quite literally like rather die liking themselves than live in self-loathing. And that's, so when it's like, it's not really voluntary at that point. Like, right? There's some stuff that like you don't get to take it back. I mean, so like, yeah, was Jesus spreading the message for a good reason to save all our asses? Yes, he was. But did he get his cup taken away? No. He still had to go and get crucified, and he had to practice what he preached, which was pray for them that spitefully use you. And he managed to muster up enough love in his heart to say that instead of talking shit. Right? So, yeah. And then that guy made fun of him and he got his eyes eaten out by a fucking crow. Animal signs are a good sign. Like, animal signs are pretty reliable. They don't argue with God. He's saved their ass enough times. They trust him. They don't trust us. They trust him. So, here's my theory, right? That, like God told us, have dominion, be fruitful and multiply, go forth and subdue the earth and have dominion. And everything is for you to be food. Like, then some stuff is poisonous. That's apparently like nature's mad at us, right? Or maybe that just was too much information for a nice little nursery rhyme that you're going to teach your kids. So, like, you know, they just didn't get into that much detail. But, like, just because it wasn't mentioned specifically doesn't mean that there weren't still, like, poisonous mushrooms or frogs or spiders or, right? Although, like bee charmers, it's entirely possible that in the beginning, we just didn't scare shit. They were like, oh, yeah, okay. Because they knew that we weren't going to take something that was, like, going to throw shit out of balance or whatever. And so, like, you've seen the, like, animals will show fear to humans, like, except for polar bears, right? And sometimes orcas. But they'll otherwise show fear to humans if you raise your, at least the land animals, if you raise your hand, especially with a weapon, a man, I don't think they do that to women, but a man, they might though. I haven't tried it. Never been in an encounter with a lion or a bear or like whatever, but like I think like bears or like they might, but you have better luck trying to like being nice, like with gorillas, like they're pretty smart. Better luck being nice, right? But so like right, so in the what if we were nice and they just didn't, they just left us alone, right? Anyway. What if we just weren't that big of assholes back then? Anyway, but the point is, the lion lays down with the goat or whatever. I mean, you don't even know that it's not part of the, like, the body is the house for the spirit, right? So you have your spirit and you get free will and you get stuff, right? But there's stuff that you want to do that's part of you that you enjoy. And so, like, back in the day, apparently, cats started off being herbivores and they ate like rodents. And then they moved into like bugs and stuff. And then eventually they turned into predators. But there for a while, they were small and they ate roots and plants and nuts and shit like squirrels. And then they changed. And then apparently, like around that same time, the horses had claws. They still had claws and they had predator teeth. So they were hunters and they didn't eat grass. So things changed, right? And why? I think that they asked for it. Or maybe they don't even have to ask. I mean, there was just like some cows and they like they were hippos or something, and they had, you don't know what kind of skin they had, but they decided that they liked seaweed or fish or something like that, and they started waiting to eat what they liked, and then they wanted to be more like something, and so then they changed. Anyway, no one's ever seen evolution happen. It's just a theory. So, what's the study of life, man? It's like a tree. We can go over here, and here's like another thing, and all up over here is like, and then over here's evolution and all the stuff that went into forming that theory, and how much fruit it bore, and then it stalled out. And it didn't explain everything. So anyway, the point is way farther outside of the box than what you're thinking. Like, there is no reason why you can't have farmland, and all the people that don't have regular jobs or just want to work part-time, they don't give a fuck what they do as long as they can do what they want in their free time. They do not have a calling. They don't fucking care. They might find something that they especially like, and the money's good, and they'll keep it for the rest of their life. And they might not. I don't know. They don't really form like too many good, solid opinions about shit. They like to take their time and explore options. They go from here to there, like birds. Okay, anyway, I drew this analogy about businesses being like living things. And there's like a whole shit ton of like really stupid, easy ass fucking entry level shit that, like, the only problem is that they don't actually pay a living wage at all. It's not good. Okay. Sometimes they get pretty close, but then no. Okay. So then, oh yeah, so there's no reason, like, I would do that. If I had like